Hey everybody, it's me here, Leslie, Zazoo Plazz. Let's see, almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Got the sunrise going on here. It's a little bit damp, so I'm filming inside today, July 1st, 2024, in Zazoo here. It's a nice day. It's a little damp outside. I have funny stories. First thing, Zazoo Plazz report. The laundry. Okay, so my apartment place said, "Oh no, don't load up your card." Right? They have these laundry cards you put in the machine, right? And usually I would, put a ton of money on there, stock it up so I don't have to keep going down to the office by the pool, which is, like a mile away, to load up my card, right? So, but the thing is that everybody's going more often to just put a little bit on there, and they broke the freaking card cash machine. Okay, so now they broke the machine. So I went down there. I've got this big pile of laundry over here that I couldn't do. So I've been like washing laundry out because I don't have anything in my cart, so I couldn't do laundry. Went at the appointed time when I was ready to do laundry. I couldn't do it. So I'm a little bit perturbed about that. Being a Gen Xer, I am an extreme Gen Xer. Anyway, I washed some things and I put them out on my back porch before I went to sleep last night, thinking, or afternoon, or whenever I went to sleep, thinking that it won't rain, stuff will dry. So I get up. It rained like all day yesterday. So I get up at 8 o'clock tonight. Last night. Anyway, everything's soaking wet. So then it was wetter than it was before, so I had to squeeze everything out and hang it up in the tub. I'm good. So now, if this laundry problem persists, I'm going to have to start wearing underwear inside out. So that's one thing that's going on. Oh, today would have been my 29th wedding anniversary with my former spouse. So we made it to 28 and 28 and a half years or so. A little bit less than that. But, but July 1st is a great day to get married. It's Canada Day, 7-1, and we had a good run. So I did a little Facebook post with some pictures I found of me, on the honeymoon and the catamaran, and us leaving the wedding, with a big box of booze that nobody drank. We planned the whole wedding ourselves. Our mothers came up with lists of people that we had to invite, and then we had a couple friends. Most of our friends and close cousins, our whole wedding party was Gen X, except my cousin's husband was born in 1960, so he's kind of a boomer. But everybody else in the wedding party, and my maid of honor was born on the last 2 days of 1964, so she was in my high school class, so we'll let her be Gen X. December 29th, 64 is Gen X. Yeah. So for the most part, we were all born in the 60s, our whole wedding party. So, we had a good time. We had similar, experiences. And so, it was a great party. It was a great day. We had some sun, some wind, some rain. Mostly when we were in the place, we took pictures. There was this feeling that we kind of got in under the wire. Because everything after we got married, everything kind of fell apart. just like our elementary schools, you know, we Gen Xers, the baby bus we went through, they tore all the schools down. My dad's like, you know, all the parishes are being consolidated now. The church is shrinking. Everything is like, you know, but, you know, so I think, you know, when I think about our generation, I think of, you know, kind of closing things out. And, you know, the picture of us leaving the wedding, me with my, you know, my nice big train. I had a long train attached to my wedding gown. It just clipped on. And my maid of honor, she had to keep going. She had to keep fluffing the train. And there was this big fan there on the altar. Every time she stooped down to fluff my train, her dress kind of poofed up. It's on the video, which became, we had to, because our whole wedding video was on an actual video, right? VCR tape. Then we had to transfer that to a CD or DVD. And then I don't even know if we saved it to digital. It's just on a DVD right now. But, you know, it's kind of funny because we thought we were being so cutting edge because they had cameras at this place. It was like a castle. It's called the Jester's Court. They tore it down. They built like some kind of non-denominational church building and put up condos where our wedding place used to be. There was a nice trellis with a heart. They tore it down. There were roses on it. It was beautiful. They tore that down. So harden not your hearts. If today you hear my voice, harden not your hearts. Tear not down. Wedding video. The Jester's Court. I kid you not, right? Jester. You know the court jester is the one who makes all the jokes up to the king. Sometimes the king listens to him. They all think he's a fool. Nobody listens to the jester. He's just there for your entertainment. Does that sound familiar? Yes. Look at this dog. Look at this dog. This dog has a jester's hat on. I didn't tell Robin Tatlow Ward, she's my illustrator, I didn't tell her to put the jester's hat on the dog. She just did it. So anyway, I talked about the laundry and the wedding, and I got my new curtains. I put the little hooks. I had to send 2 pairs of them back because the first pair was really long, and they were navies. They were kind of heavy and dark. And then I ordered some that were a little shorter. Still too long. The first pair was too short. I got the first pair. It was, and I realized if I was going to hang them up high, they were going to be too short. And then I ordered some that were almost down to the ground. Those were way too heavy. Sent those back. I had to go down to Staples and return those, which was, you know, very kind of painless, except that I had to go out. I don't like that. And so then I ordered the 3rd pair, just like Goldilocks. The 3rd pair was perfect. Just, you know, and I put the hooks up, and then I put the silver bar, which matched my light, my mother-daughter light. And then, so the curtains are just below the window sill. They're beautiful, beautiful, nice, bright blue color. Really nice. So I think the week was a success, you know. I did some good posts, you know. I'm starting to have fun and play a little bit. You know, I think I pick up on some really good themes, you know, and I think I'm starting to realize that the scriptures, like I looked at today's Monday, I looked at today's readings and yesterday's, and it's amazing that, you know, when I have this calendar over here, and that's where my daily little reels come from. It's called the Willow Creek Publishers. That my friend, who was my maid of honor at my wedding, she gave me this calendar. Let's see if I can get it here. Yeah, she gave me this calendar for Christmas, right? And every day there's a new joke. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Willow Creek Publishing Company. company, because, I think they do spiritual New Age kinds of things too, which, that works great for me. But what it's done for me is, um, it inspires my own jokes. Like when I post it, I don't use my brain. I just play with images that have to do with that particular message. And I think that when they put the pun calendar together, they base it on maybe astrology but it's all together for me. And I'm beginning to realize this is what I'm about. I'm not just one thing. And a lot of people don't get where I'm coming from. It's like Jesus says, in the readings, it says, okay, so this is today's reading. This is one of them. Matthew 8, let's see. Oh yeah, Matthew, book of Matthew, Gospel of Matthew 8. Jesus says, he's getting in the boat to go away from the crowd. The crowd's starting to, it's cancer season, folks. It's all cancer the crowd, right? It's all about retreating, protecting. See the crabs, they're scurrying along and all, they want to, do you ever see a crab kind of going sideways? It wants to protect itself, right? It doesn't want to get into anything, right? It's got the protective shell. Don't bother me. I've got to retreat. I've got to protect my energy, right? Okay, this is important. So, So Jesus is saying, let's get in the boat. Let's get out of here. Let's get away from all these people, because he realized he needed to protect his energy, right? Some of us, who are very sensitive, and especially having a lot of water, those of us who have a lot of water in our astrology charts, we can go out, we can socialize, we can be, it's like us at the wedding, our wedding, my husband and my ex-husband. He's a Pisces and I'm a Scorpio. We have, both of us, a lot of water. So, after the day, we had a great time, but then it's kind of like, let's get out of here, We had parties to go to. We didn't stay, we went to my mom's house, we went to his mom's house, stayed a little bit, but, you just get tired. You just want to go and just get in your comfy clothes and have a cold drink, something, drink, just refreshment, drink of water, whatever. You want to be where you can just be with someone who understands you, be with someone who gets where you're coming from sometimes, because it's exhausting to try to, be around other people's energy and try to, please everybody, because Cancer is like that. My midheaven is in Cancer. Midheaven is, like your highest calling in the world, and it comes naturally to me to nurture people, right? Like today, I get a text. All of a sudden I'm making my morning tea, and I said, oh, my youngest son. I got a feeling I want to talk to my youngest son. And seconds later, I get a text. It's his feed. Up in his room, he's got 2 pairs of socks on and his firefighter boots. He said, just got my new boots. For he's gonna go fight wildfires. So he had to break them in. So he put like 2 pairs of socks. So then he's like, oh, I gotta go get some socks. I went to Walmart, I couldn't find any, So I spring into action, right? Part-time superhero, full-time mom. My first thing is, so I go online, I'm searching the place across the street from me, Tractor Supply place. They have all these great, first of all, I look, and there's different sites online that have socks, but they're way too expensive. They're like $30 for, that kid can't afford that. He's making good money, but, not that good. So I said, oh, over here, they're all under $20. Go get yourself a pack over here across the street from me. He's like, oh, thanks, Mom. And then part of me is like, oh, I want to go, do it for him. And I said, no, stop it. See, because that's a habit right there. And we catch ourselves sometimes. I catch myself wanting to overdo, overplease, overshare, right? That's cancer. So I said, step back. He says, I'm going to go out tomorrow and I'm going to get some. And I said, great, thumbs up. I give it a thumbs up. I've been trying to use it sparingly and appropriately, but sometimes that thumbs up is just it's just right. It's just good. That's all I want to do is just, yeah, kid. Sometimes I'll give him a heart. But, so anyway, I'll come back to it. Yeah, cancer, right? So, but the thing is, so Jesus said, let's get out of here. So, and then, so there's this scribe, right, in the crowd. He says, oh, Jesus, I'll follow you anywhere you go. Right? And Jesus is kind of like, when somebody wants to hang on to you, it's like, after a while, it's flattering at first, and then it's kind of like, Jesus says, the foxes have their dens, the birds have their nests. The Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head. And then, okay, but you can take that as Jesus is homeless, but that's not what it means, right? The crabs, they have their houses on, they carry their houses, right? So this is perfect. What he means is nowhere to rest his head. What he means about his head is his concepts, his ideal, his ideas. He has no one. There's no one around with an open mind where he can, where his word, right? His spirit, the Spirit of God can take root. That's what it means, right? No one, in other words, nobody gets him. And I feel this way every day. I feel like there's nowhere I can really rest my head, my ideas. No one who goes, I get you, without even having to speak, right? And sometimes if you're married long enough, right? My husband and I got to the point where we didn't have to talk much anymore. I knew what things, and even with my kids, right? I get it. I get the message without having to use a lot of words, right? Because words, more than words. I posted that this week. Oh my God. And then another guy says, yeah, I'll follow you. Let me bury my father. Jesus says, let the dead bury their dead, right? And follow me. In other words, he's not saying we should bury our parents, but he is saying that we shouldn't we should honor our purpose in this life, right? That we should listen to God's purpose for us and not do, what we feel a duty, and not be bound by tradition or obligation or guilt, because those are very low energies, right? Okay, so it's a long way to get to the song of the week, and I gotta go have my cashew butter snack and see if I can do some laundry. But anyway, so see, the song of the week, and this is where I come to the song of the week. And it popped in my head this week. It's such a great song. Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus. 1989 was released, lead single from their 7th album called Violator. Right? It was their first gold certified single in the U.S. and their first U.S. hit since People Are People. How can it be? You and I get along so awfully. 84. I think that's how it goes. So I mean, this of course, this had to be the song of the week, right? they said the song was perched between earnest and sarcastic. So it could have just been a trite kind of religious song. But yeah, no. So this song was inspired by a book Priscilla Presley wrote about her relationship with Elvis, right? Who was her her man and her mentor, and he was much older, or a bit older, and the guy who wrote the Depeche Mode song. I didn't write his name down, but the main singer wrote the song. He said, that's how often in love relationships do we have this, where one, we make our heart a god, each other's, we're one person, we kind of worshiped, she looked up to Elvis, right? He was her mentor, kind of like a Sonny and Cher kind of a thing, and sometimes that's not a very balanced thing, right? Where, you put this person, in a relationship up on a pedestal, or they make you do things out of a sense of obligation, out of guilt, it's like being a martyr, right? And I kind of get that, because, you act differently with different people. And Jesus, was really of the martyr, right? Pisces. We have a lot of Pisces going on. Neptune, Saturn's going retrograde in Pisces. And it's that, feeling we should be our own. It's our own personal Jesus is somebody who gets us, right? And what we really have to do is be our own personal Jesus. Sometimes we can be that for other people, right? But first we have to be that for ourselves, right? And the whole reach out and touch faith is what brought this song to my mind, because there's this reading, gospel reading from yesterday, and this woman was, I guess, hemorrhaging, and she reached out and she touched Jesus's cloak, and she had faith, and she was cured, and all these people were pressing on him, but he felt her touch his cloak. He said, "Who was that?" And he said, "You've healed yourself." Her faith healed her. Basically there were, auras, right? And he must have felt that her aura was open. It was open to receive, the healing. And that's how we have to be, right? We have to not harden our hearts. Harden your heart, we have to be open, right? Jesus said, be open to, being healed, being helped, and to have, Spirit of Jesus, Spirit of his words for us, our own personal, journey, take root, right? And grow. So I think this all kind of makes sense. It was this other reading. So the video for Personal Jesus was filmed at this like ranch in Spain, in the Andalusia, in the southeast part of southeast part of Spain. My maid of honor went there. I didn't go to that part of Spain. I went to Granada. I went to the coast. I went to Madrid and Barcelona and Toledo, a couple other places, Sevilla, Segovia, a bunch of places. And we took a train, through Spain. But so it was filmed at, the scene in the video was like a brothel, the girls hanging out all over the place, and they come in, and their cowboy hats and the whole, it's great. But one of the readings yet for today. It says the son and the father go to the same prostitute. Pretty woman. So I said, isn't that funny? And they're calling out in the Psalms, calling out people who hang out with thieves and use just God's words to kind of justify their actions, and take advantage of the good people for their own, So I think that this is, it's all woven throughout here. The whole reach out and touch faith, those words are in the song. And that's exactly what happened, if you read the Gospels. But people, if you go to church, I used to go to church and I would never get these insights because, somebody else would get up there. Somebody else would tell me what they thought I should take out of the gospel. Well, I want to be my own personal Jesus. Now I'm my own personal Jesus. And that's not being a heretic, although, by human design, if you know anything about human design, I'm a martyr heretic. So now, which means that people think that I'm blaspheming when I say these things. But what it really is I get insights. And I can't necessarily follow my own insights. I just put it out there. And maybe somebody will get something out of it. I'm hoping that, I get messages, and I say things, and I hope other people are open to maybe getting insights from me. If you watch my videos, and, you find them entertaining, great. Useful, even better. Meaningful, well, let's not take it too far, but, mostly it's nonsense that I spout off the top of my head. But hey, if you made it this far, I gotta commend you for that. But I do hope that more people can hear my videos, and that I'm not just sitting here spouting off for just my own entertainment, just because I need to do it, and that's why I do it. It's because I enjoy it, and I've been doing this for 4 years, and I hope it would help somebody, inspire somebody. That would make it even better. And I'll be back here next week doing the same thing that I do. And I figure I've been blessed, and I want to give back. And to find out that it's helping somebody would, that would be nice. So I'm trusting that's going to happen. And I'm not trying to force anything. But yeah, go listen to Depeche Mode. What a great band. Earnest and sarcastic. That's Gen X. And edgy. I love that, like F, it's a minor chord. It's kind of like, bam. I remember hearing that song, playing it in my car when I was in my Celica, my 87 Celica. They shipped it to Miami, and I was working in the international zone for a air conditioner company. It's a conglomerate out of Connecticut here. And they sent me, right after I got my MBA in 91, they sent me down to Miami. And I remember that song was playing a lot at the time. And I had a cassette of Squeeze. I'll have to do a Squeeze song one of these weeks. But a friend of mine introduced me to Squeeze. That was good too. And Chris Isaac. It's another one of my favorites. But I've got to go have a snack now because I'm it's like the 12-year-old girl that Jesus raised from the dead. Give her something to eat. She's hungry. Okay. Gotta go. But till next week. Hey, happy 4th of July. Yeah, to my American friends, have a great holiday. And I'll be back here next week, different time, same place, probably, maybe not. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.